which school you go, it has a popular band BTS, also their jungkook is your big crush. But he had thought of making some other girl a girlfriend. One day you accidentally meet each other on the streets. Jungkook thinks that someone's stalking him. He annoying stop and start talking with you and asking, are you stalking me? You got angry. He Jungkook kiss your forehead and leave the space. You going to school thinking his words. BTS entry takes place when you go to school. All the girls start screaming. At the same time Jungkook was talking to a girl. You jealous on him. Later you talk to Jungkook and ask indirectly. I saw you kiss some girls on the street. Jungkook, it's just random girl. You get angry that he doesn't recognize you. Hey, easy. Who are you anyway? I thought you would help me? He asked. I threw him my books and shouted, go help yourself. Bye. I left angrily and went back to the classroom where my professor is already giving the lessons. Ms. Lee, where have you been? He asked, closing the book he was holding. I'm sorry sir, I was going to get my books from my locker, I forgot the time, I answered. The class started murmuring that made me confused. Mr. Wayne then looked at me raising a brow. Then, where are your books? I gasped. I forgot that I threw all of it to that bastard. I threw it to someone, I answered softly, rubbing the back of my neck. He put away the book from his hand and folded his elbows, giving me a disappointed look. Why the heck, Ms. Lee? Get out. You won't be joining our class today. Get your books and stay at the lockers until we finish our lessons, he sighed. I looked at Jaemin and A-suk, I saw their lips saying, we'll go there later. Fighting. I went out of the classroom and let out a big sigh. I walked slowly until I was at the lockers. I tried to find my books but it wasn't there. I looked for it everywhere and gave up. I sat near the lockers and leaned. I was looking at the surroundings, thinking of, where would my books be? Wait, what if he got it? And never returned it to me as a sign of his revenge? Now I'm getting back what I've to my mom this morning. I hate him. After how many minutes Hanuel? Are you okay? I heard Ari waking me up from my nap. I didn't notice that I've slept. Let me help you with your books, A-suk said while getting my books from my lap. Wait, what? How the hell my books got here? Omu. A-suk, that's not my books, I shouted pointing at the books. She squinted her eyes and looked at the books. She gestured the book to me, pointing my book name sticker. But, I was still looking for it. She pressed her finger in my lips and, idiot, you're dreaming. She hit me in my arms. I pout and felt my arm. Let's go back, Mrs. Young might arrive already, Jaemin said. We ran until we entered the class ended smooth. I'm on my way to home with Jaemin and A-suk. We're about to leave the school when A-suk suggested to stay for a while at the campus garden. We agreed, so we ended up talking about what happened to me a while ago. Who is he? Ari asked. I let out a very heavy and big sigh, or should I call it disappointment. The youngest member of Bangtan, Jungkook, I answered. She looked at me with a very satisfied look. I'm not surprised, what? You aren't? Why? I asked her consecutively. They both looked at me and shouted, it's obvious. Then why are you still asking? I pouted. They giggled. But, to whom did you throw your books? A-suk asked. I was shocked. What would they react if I told them it was him? Jungkook, I swallowed. They both looked at me with surprise. Seriously? Why? They shouted. I sighed and sat at the swing near us. They followed me and waited for my story. I told them the whole story and they were really anticipating. How the hell? He kissed you not even remembering it was you. I'm gonna kill him. Suk said with her teeth clenching. Don't worry about that, I'll be the one to kill him, I answered. But who is that Suyeon? You said it's not his girlfriend? Ari asked in total confusion. I opened my mouth. I don't know. I don't care about them now, I said confidently. I looked down and they both pushed me until I touched the floor. Yeah, I shouted and we all giggled. After that, we went home and changed my shoes into slippers. I went upstairs to change my uniform. I left my bag at the cream sofa beside my room and went inside my room and jumped off in my bed. There, I looked at the ceiling, asking myself, why have I fallen for him? Why do I feel different after what happened this day? Why do I feel that I'm not angry to him after what he said to me? Who is that Suyeon? Does she like him back? Mom broke the silence in my room by knocking at my door. Hanuel, you have a letter. Someone passed by and told me to give you this. I quickly jumped out of bed and opened the door. Mom was surprised when she handed me the letter. I thanked her and locked the door. I sat at my study table and excitingly opened the letter. There's no name where it came from and I'm hoping that it's written inside. I unsealed it by removing the heart sticker at the mouth of the envelope. I pulled out the letter, which is written in a blue parchment paper. It smelled. I'm the one who gave you the bouquet of roses during Valentine's Day, the one who gave you love letters every first Monday of the month. I'm a senior and I'll graduate soon, so before I graduate, I want to confess my feelings to you. If you ever read this, will you please reply your feelings to me? I'm hoping you would accept my love heart. Saranghae Park Jimin. I was shocked and didn't know what to react. Park Jimin of Bangtan? The only admirer that stands still. To be honest, and not to be boastful, when I reached high school, especially 7th grade, many of my classmates kept giving me presents, but I didn't entertain it until one by one gave up. But there's this admirer who kept on giving me letters, chocolates, and other stuffs for whole 4 years. He didn't give up. I even told myself that maybe he'd stop soon, but what I'm gonna see is Park Jimin confessing his feelings to me through a love letter. Is this legit? Hanuel? Time for dinner. Mom called out. I quickly placed the letter inside my music box and went downstairs to eat dinner. Mom passed me a plate and asked me what's written in the letter. It's just he's confessing his feelings, I told her dryly while sipping a hot stew. How can you be so dry, dear? You should appreciate how he went here just to give you that letter, she murmured. I looked at her with my eyes smiling. I appreciated it, I just don't want to talk about it today. I'm really tired. She passed me the rice. Eat more, I go. My daughter is definitely growing up. I'm gonna miss my baby Hanuel, she said, giving me a worried look. Nah, I'll always be your baby, Oma, I said, getting the rice from her. She smiled and sighed. Someday, someone will get you from me, and you would go with him and build a family, then I'm left here alone. Oma, I said with teary eyes. And that would be Jungkook, she giggled. I gave her a serious look and told her that it won't happen anymore. You've just told me this morning that no matter what happens, you'll love him? She said, chuckling. I finished the food inside my mouth and answered her, I'm getting it back. She poured some iced tea at my glass and, I know you still like him, tell me what happened, she cried with a wide smile on her face. Oma, nothing happened. I wanna rest, let's just talk about this next time, she nodded with a gloomy face. But promise me that when we'll talk about it, Jungkook will come over, she laughed. That's a no from me, I chuckled. I went to the bathroom to take a bath. I opened the shower and let my body be watered. I put a pinch of pink thick shampoo and spread it all over my scalp. I tried to picture what's the face of that Park Suyeon. Thinking if she's pretty, if she's smart. Sighs. I'm just making myself stressed. I remembered the letter that Jimin gave me. Is it real? Why would someone like him give a letter to someone like me, stubborn? I went outside the bathroom and dried myself with a soft towel. Then I wore my PJs and lied at my bed, arms widely spread. I let out a sigh. My phone rang and I quickly got it from the coffee table. I saw Ari's name at the screen, so I pressed the green button. Hanyul ah. We saw Jungkook with Park Soo-yeon, she shouted. I sticked my ear at my phone to clearly hear her. You what? I asked in surprise. Yeah, I'm still with Aesuk, and we went at Bubble Cafe. We saw Bangtan a while ago, eating there, but we didn't saw Jungkook. After an hour, they left and we also left. And on our way home, we're walking near your street when we saw the two of them. Jungkook handed him something, but we can't clearly see it because we're too far, she explained. I got my pillow and hugged it. Are you sure it's Jungkook? Yes, oh Hanyul, we gotta go, I'll just tell you the whole story tomorrow, bye. She hung up. You wanna know how broken I am right now? It's like it's the end of me. The man who made my heart flutter again after 4 years doesn't love me. Would I cry? No, why would I cry to a man again? First man whom I've cried was my daddy, second is my childhood friend who left me, that part sucks, and that homosexual crush of mine. 3 is enough. I won't cry anymore. I lied at my bed and made myself comfortable. I turned off my lamp and slept. Mr. Luhan, please hunt my dreams, I whispered to myself. Luhan is my husband. Many disagreed, he's almost 10 years older than me. But whatever, he's my inspiration, I think. All of us do have inspiration. He entered the classroom, but my classmates weren't there. Even Jamin and Aesuk, they're not there. The classroom was so clean. I sat in my table and then it rained. All I see is raindrops, falling through the glass wind racing. I had fun watching them when the lights turned off. I got scared. I stood up and looked around. It's dark, but I can barely see the surroundings. It just got darker. And then I heard someone, no, a kid, giggling. It kinda get the shit out of me? Not because I'm scared, but I think I heard it. It sounds familiar. And then I saw glitters floating. This is getting scary.
Army, why you don't subscribing Sam's channel? I am counting.
Take a 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think just real Army subscribe this channel.
마우스에서 손 떼! 커서 움직이지 마. 움직이지 마!